free healthcare, friendly contacts, and deadly pursuits. This is Gluttony and Earth. Hello and welcome to the IDL. My name's Nick, and this is Gluttony and Earth. You knew it. You heard that gap. You said it too. I heard it. And today, well, there's a new breed in your neighborhood, and it's Kyle.
I'm eating.
Some say they're just no good. It's Adam.
I still don't have it. Still don't got it.
Half shark, half man. It's BakaZombie.
I'm also eating. I know what you're talking about now.
Yes. And fighting evil, that's the plan. It's Kane.
I've eaten 20 eggs in the last 48 hours. Use that info what you will.
This man's sucking down eggs.
Sucking he's right down.
Like he's from the land before time or something.
You just call me
egg
Ducky.
napper. No, I was gonna say egg nappers from number 2.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah, just egg sucking. No, I mean, well, Land Before Time was kind of a blast from the past, but what's also kind of a blast from the past. I'm curious what everyone's first experience was with
Street
the internet.
Sharks?
No, with the internet. That we've already passed the Street Sharks train. That was the intro.
What was the dinosaur counterpart to Street Sharks?
The what?
There was like a dinosaur cartoon at that same time in that same style of the over.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not too sure.
Okay,
like I said last time, if it wasn't like a physical VHS box at a movie store, I probably was a little less aware.
Because I got a toy from it for getting my flu shot as a kid.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, my parents had to bribe me because I was afraid of needles.
Oh, they didn't bribe me. I was just held down by several people at every single needle shot experience.
Wild.
So you can sure tell that was healthy for me mentally.
Extreme dinosaurs.
Extreme dinosaurs. Well, yeah. What's your first experience with the internet? I'm curious. I guess I have two levels to this because I know you could be like, okay, like the very first time I used the internet, or like I was thinking more of like your first actual like real impacted memory, because like I think in the past I had used like what was Microsoft's like encyclopedia that was like its own separate thing that was like online, but it wasn't a web browser.
Not the paperclip.
No, not paper. It was like it's not quite. Oh gosh, I can't think of it. But they have like their own like. There's this other like encyclopedia application that wasn't the internet, but you like got it through the internet or access info or something like that. It was a very wild thing, and so I'm not thinking of that because I don't think that actually. I don't for sure know how. I don't count that as like the internet. Internet is what I'm thinking. The very first experience I can remember, like my memory that I have, is going to my grandparents because I didn't have computers at my house. So I went to my grandparents who had a computer, and I went on GameFAQs, and I printed out a 42-page walkthrough for Pokemon Gold.
Oh my god!
And we were trying to leave at some point, but I was like, no, I can't. It's still printing. I just used up all their fucking ink and print and paper so I could get this walkthrough. I would bet I might still have it, but I'd have to like look through some of my papers. But yeah, that's like my first like actual memory of it, because I was at a time where I didn't have access to the internet, so I wasn't frequently using it enough to like not build a core memory around that.
I went over to my neighbor's house, and she was my friend also. She showed me cool new website,
Courtney?
Neopets. and fucking played Neopets, and then I made an email account so that I could make my own Neopets thing, and this was all, not that my parents didn't allow it, but didn't know that I was making said email account, and that is the email account I used up until I graduated undergrad.
Was it Courtney?
It was Courtney.
I knew it.
It sounded like a Courtney. No, Neopets, once I finally had internet, like access regularly, I was just on Neopets constantly. It was like the only thing that I did like on a regimented schedule. Because you could only do certain events at certain times of the day. So it was the only thing I would actually, like 4 p.m. is when you could go to the ice caverns and try to steal from the like ice snake guy. So that's where my brain goes with that.
Also, strangely, like one of my first experiences with like, not the first, but like thinking about it now, like the first RPG type thing that I played for a long time, because they had NeoQuest, which was like you had a little characters and you went and did like magic and blew stuff up. But that was like, yeah, the first one I like played all the way through, I think, of that like type of game.
Yeah, for me, the first couple memories I have of like having access to the internet was AOL Messenger, which that nightmare. Whenever I get really anxious and like self-conscious, I always think, God, I really hope no one gets access to my old AOL messages, because that was, whew. Then the other,
well, like, it would really suck because I mean everyone knows that you planned 9/11.
I mean,
using AOL.
The other big memory that I have is just getting onto MySpace, like looking up music for my homepage and like figuring out like my top faves. Like those, like for me, those are my earliest memories on the internet.
Sketchy AOL chats and MySpace music.
And Tom was always in the top 5.
Yeah,
I only had 4 friends.
What I was gonna say we're a basic bitch, Brad. Now you're a sad basic bitch. Kyle? Did you have
I'm
internet?
literally scarfing down my food.
Baka, did you have internet?
We had internet, but it was tragic how awful it was. And my parents wouldn't allow me to do anything on it, like at all. So I'd go to my friend's house and I made emails and I made MSN Messenger and Yahoo chat room and Facebook and MySpace and all this stuff. And they didn't know.
You guys are all very sketchy on the internet at young ages.
The entire time I'd go to my friend's house, I'd just be on the internet and he'd fall asleep instantly.
It's wild to me, just like the sketchiness that you guys are with the internet. I would do things in broad daylight, like I would on I think it was like Microsoft Games or something like that. It used to have like live chat rooms with games and stuff like that involved. I remember one time I was like talking to this lady and I was like, hey, I saw you have a website. That's really cool. Because I was really into websites at the time. So I was like, you have a website? That's really cool. She's like, yeah. And then she sent me the website and it installed porn on the computer.
You're doing that. We're just making emails and stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, did your parents let you? That's the difference between us.
I was like 10 years. I thought they had a fucking website. I was so excited. I didn't know it was that kind of a website. Well, unless Kyle's done scarfing his food, we don't need to know.
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. All right. Go ahead.
I've always, like, my first experience with the internet would just be watching my brother play his fucking games and be on his MySpace. Yeah. But then I was like, hey, I want to play some games. Mom said it's my turn.
Oh, yeah.
So I think my first PC game was RuneScape.
Oh, okay.
And I basically just do the same thing in that game. I don't remember what it was. It was like a maze, and you get something at the end. But I knew that maze like the back of my hand.
There's a warlord in the mazes.
We used to go to Yahoo chat rooms like dog lovers and say, I hate dogs. And then that was funny to us.
How times have changed on the internet. Also, it was Microsoft Encarta, by the way. Encarta was the encyclopedia I was thinking of. RIP, I guess. Now I'm reading about it on Wikipedia, you son of a bitch, take that. Speaking of taking that, let's take ourselves to the recap. I believe my internet's being a little silly. Oh, there it's back. So last time, having just defeated Proteus, Thellum was capable of swooping in to save Endien from a life of drowning. With Endien resuscitated, Nathaniel decided to scope out for any lingering threats or baby hydras, found the place safe, and then them and Thellum decided to harvest some fangs and hydra blood from Proteus, one of the many, many bits and boodles that Thellum has been saving up for Darius. They camped out there and then headed their way back. It was a few-day journey, nothing really too nefarious except for more swarms of corvids attacked them. They were able to get rid of them pretty easily, but it kind of triggered something for Pazuzu. He decided to ask the group in general for more information about Mother. Like what her plans were, any interactions they had, and this is when Thellum reveals to Pazuzu that she wanted Pazuzu. Pazuzu decided he probably could figure out what her game was at this point. However, that is when they lost touch with him because they arrived at the village. Pazuzu is now out of the scene and cannot respond or hear or know what's going on. After rounding up Deborah and Darius, the crew were set to leave. Mother, however, decides to ask Endien and Thellum one last time if they're sure that they don't want her help. They both decline, but she decides to push back a bit more on Thellum. She decides that she was going to reveal that she knew Pazuzu's name, and that Pazuzu was responsible for the ruin of 2 civilizations way back in the past, one of which being his own, Nimrod. Thellum still declines, and the group decides to take their leave. They enter a small garden of Mother's where a large fountain-like well is. She places the tablet at the bottom of the well and connects Dark World to Fracterra. She says she has no way of knowing where on Fracterra they will end up, but they just kind of have to go with it. And one by one, they laid in the pool, in which they were sucked deeper, far deeper than the pool was when they saw her put the tablet in. And they all ended up drowning and then waking up in the cave back at the Pen of Light. Nathaniel decided to try and resist the drowning by turning into an octopus, and when that didn't work, it was like 1,000 hands each grabbed from the darkness parts of Nathaniel and ripped them asunder for them to wake up still in their rage. So being a little more on edge, Nathaniel notices the flickering and the crackling of a fire. They go to check out what's going on, and instead they find an half-elven man who is sitting jovially smoking a pipe near the fire. After a bit of interrogation, Nathaniel decides that they're not a threat and waves everyone else to come to them to the fire. And that is where we're at.
Before we start, I'm gonna do a little thing. And it's gonna be the moment that Thellum steps into that pool to be transported first. So Thellum lays down and he starts to sink. And as he's looking back up, he sees Mother's warm smile. And as he descends further, that smile turns into the sun. The sun that he recognizes from Fracterra, but bubbles are around him. And seems he can't breathe. He hears whispers of a promise.
Low rumbles echoing in his mind.
He can't breathe. The cold is coiling around his body. He can't escape. As the darkness envelops him, he accepts the deal. And he wakes up in the cave.
Soaking wet and cold with everybody else, including Deborah and Darius. So, Nathaniel has waved you all to join the fire. I assume bit by bit you all go to join. Deborah's got Darius slung over her shoulder so she can help drag him with. It is freezing cold out again. It's much harsher than it was when you guys entered the cave.
Nathaniel, who is this?
This is Temenos. They are a traveler.
Yes, hello there, smelly friend. I mean that in the nicest possible way. I just tell you all had entered the cave once you did.
That wasn't in a nice way at all. Not a good way to start. Nathaniel, why do you say traveler in that way?
This is a out of the way place to travel to.
Yes. Why are you here?
Why am I here? Why are we all here, friend?
The visible frustration in Endien's face as the bark cracks on one half of her face.
Nathaniel rolls their eyes.
Yeah, and like I said last time, Nathaniel, you figured, as far as you're aware, they're not really hostile and they're not really lying. But I'm sure they are definitely frustrated.
Well, would you mind if we sat next to your fire for a moment?
Not at all.
We've been through a lot. Thank you. Appreciate your hospitality.
Here, you all seem like you need a rest, and Temenos is going to take out his pipe and whatever weed he has left and hand it to the group.
Nathaniel does not take any.
Yeah, and it will pass it as well.
Deborah and Ildatha declined too.
Oh, no one partakes?
It's just that we have just been through some very dark things lately, and it's just not that helpful for us right now. We're not quite finished yet with what we're doing.
Is there anything I could do for your friend? As he points towards Darius.
Yeah, Darius is this. He's not conscious, eyes shut. There's dark blotches and like veins all around, very thinned out. Well, I don't think. I'm sorry, sir. I don't think that you probably have anything you can help us with.
Oh, well.
Other than this fire for now.
Okay. Well, if something comes up where you know you may need the aid of a medic or a cleric, don't be afraid to ask.
Are you one of those?
One of those. Medic? Cleric? Yes.
I mean, if you could take a look at him,
Absolutely.
We don't know what's going on with him.
Then yeah, Temenos will get next to Darius and try to see if he can give any help.
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Okay, just one moment. 16.
Yeah, looking at it, this doesn't seem to you to be any kind of disease you've seen before. You think that perhaps nothing you have right now could help restore this man. In fact, I guess you'd have to spend a little bit more time just maybe learning what it is or where it came from. I think you'd have a better idea of it. As for his eyes, you note that his eyes have been removed. You don't think a lesser restoration is enough to do it, but you think a more powerful either maybe like a more powerful restoration or like some sort of like regenerative spell could help, but it's not something you have on you.
Well, I'm very sorry, friends. There's nothing I can do at the moment, but hope there is a way to help your friend.
Do you know what we should be seeking for? We're just gonna head back to this where we came from as soon as we could to see if we could get any
Gonna
help.
head back to the cave? That doesn't seem like a lot of help there.
No, not the. Just breathe. Just know the city that we live in.
Oh, where's that?
New Veneer.
New Veneer. Wonderful. Wonderful. Say, is your party familiar with this area?
To a
Vaguely.
degree.
Wonderful.
The more we talk, the less I think I should tell you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Sorry, it's just the way you respond to things makes me very uneasy.
Again, I'm very sorry if I'm responding in an odd way. I'm trying to be as helpful as I can. But anyway, friends, I'm on a bit of a mission myself. I met a number of members of the New Green. They're a particular faith, and they have their god Shuruma, who has promised them a land that can heal others and give them a long-lasting life. Why I myself do not practice that faith. That is a bit of my own goal. So I believe there is a tree in these mountainous areas that borders the nation of Zerodon. And so I came here to try and find this mystical tree that can heal people.
So you're in some kind of allegiance with the green, the new green?
No, I'm not some occultist. I follow the god Asanavita.
How does that make you not a cult? Am I familiar with this god?
Give me a religion check.
I also would like to do that. No.
12?
12. I don't think you're particularly... You might not particularly be familiar with them just because of how cloistered you were for the kingdom, and
That's fair.
at least it hasn't been a god in any of the lands you've been at since you started your training. So it's just not... It doesn't ring any kind of like harmful thing, and it doesn't have any connection that you can think of to the New Green, if that's the case.
Do you think this tree could help our friend here?
Possibly. I hope so.
Do you have any more information about where this tree could be besides on the border to Zerodon?
Again, all they said is that commune in the mountains, and it borders the nations of Zerodon and the Court of the Four Seasons.
So, if you are out here looking for this tree, can I assume you're a librarian?
Yes, of course. It's a great assumption.
Can I do an insight check on that? I don't like how you responded.
Go for it.
I don't like how he responded because, like, it made me feel good for a second. I'm like, wait, it's kind of condescending.
That's a 16 insight.
Yeah, again, it doesn't seem there's any falsehood to what he's saying.
I
Can assume. I think you can assume at some point he just sounds this way.
No, mostly like the way he said that's a good assumption of just like that's not saying yes, that's like that's a good assumption to make about me. That's what I was checking in on.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Like is Nathaniel's thinking is this tree, is this the healing tree at the Pen of Light? Because like we're near, or are we not like close enough to the border?
I won't have you roll anything. You can assume it's not the case because you aren't seeing the New Green here.
Okay, makes sense. Y'all have filled Nathaniel in that we fought Shuruma, correct?
Yes, you guys
I'm
did
assuming-
talk about it after your fight.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
The tree you're speaking of may not be the best option for us and our situation. We are not exactly on friendly terms with the New Green.
Yeah, they kind of seem like jerks.
At this point, I think Thellum starts to hear a low rumble. What language does Temenos speak?
He can speak Common and Elven.
Thellum starts to hear. I can heal him for you. Just put the ring on his finger, and I can take care of it.
At what price?
There is no price.
There always is.
Why is Thellum Liam Neeson right now?
Yeah.
One, I didn't clear my throat, and I just went with it because
He
really lived something.
Yeah. No, I can help him.
Seeing the situation at hand. It's cold. There's what? A snowstorm?
It's a lot. It snowed a lot more since you guys entered the cave.
Okay.
So it is colder. It is snowier. You are all soaking wet.
There's a strange man. I don't know if we can get Darius to safety. The other option is in the new green. He knows. Thellum knows firsthand what Sharoom was like. Thellum abruptly stands up with the ring in hand. Are you sure there's no price?
No.
You always asked for things. Walking towards Darius's body. Okay, he slips the ring on to his fingy.
And Darius poofs into the ring.
Alone?
Alone. Yeah.
What'd you just do?
He can help. Thellum also poofs into the ring.
You poof into the ring, and you see Darius is still unconscious. Pazuzu hasn't done anything yet. He's just laying there when you enter.
Endien will pick up the ring on the outside, by the way. And pick up and hold it in both
Yeah,
their
Temenos,
hands.
this is wild for
Gus
you.
is just staring at his pipe. He's like, he thinks he's just too fucking high right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how are you gonna do this?
Well, I shall rip the curse from his body, and I shall reforge his body from there.
Will he be the same?
Better.
In what way?
And he nods to his current state. Better than this.
If you're trying to look for a new vessel, you're already bound to me.
Yes. I thought we made that clear.
Just making sure.
What has Mother
Stella.
told you? He's clearly seen a change in angst with you.
Can I even remember what the fuck Mother said?
I said it in the recap.
No, not the deal verbatim.
I believe all she said is that your memory, the block you have, is because of the deal he made. Otherwise, it was just about him supposedly destroying two civilizations.
No. She said, you're the reason why some kingdoms have fallen. Is that true?
Not by my accounts.
What does that mean?
I would have to understand what they meant by kingdoms have fallen because of me. If anything, kingdoms have been raised because of me. Listen, Thellum, one should not take the word of a demon too seriously.
I was just curious.
But it may take some time, but I can get to work on healing Darius.
You are from the Dark World, right?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Since we're out, you want to tell me why you don't want to be in there?
There are demons that would put me through worse than death. Worse, even a fate than this.
Well, just rumble whenever you need me. He steps out.
Poofs back, cradled in Endien's arms.
I would not hold him.
Okay, who exactly are you guys?
One moment. What did you just do in there, Thellum? You could have asked us this entire time, and you waited until he came back out.
He's in the process of being healed.
What did he want for it?
Nothing.
Why the change of heart?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we got out of the dark world. His least favorite place on the world.
Sign of thanks for not leaving him there?
I guess so.
I appreciate it if that's the case.
It's nighttime right now, right?
It is nighttime.
Well, I'd rather venture out when it's daytime. So I'm gonna call it.
Right. Sorry, we had to wrap that up.
So we're just gonna sweep that under the rug? You guys just in and out of rings, or am I just like right now?
It's the weed
Okay,
talking.
maybe we should talk in the morning then. And Temenos is gonna like go and lay down next to the fire, like face towards the fire.
Endien will whisper to Nathaniel, I don't like him, but it's very easy to just convince him of things, which might work to our favor.
He seems shockingly trusting.
I don't know how he got out here with being that trusting.
He did make acquaintances with the new green, which is
Disturbing.
yes.
Worrying,
But
I guess is a better word.
But it's that disposition that might have allowed him to get this info in the first place. Eldoth's
Fucking
whispering.
hey, I can't lie you when you start talking.
I keep forgetting he's here.
We should rest, though.
Yes, indeed.
I've drowned twice today.
You drowned like 3 days ago. We had to travel.
True, I forget. Sorry. Drowning is hard on me.
To be fair, like I said, time and Dark World all just blends together. You never really know how much time's going by. But yeah, you guys can camp out. Again, you can probably do your old setup. You can put like a fire near the edge of one of the caves to help like keep the heat in and the smoke out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can find more like hay and shit like that if you need to like continue warming up because it is freezing cold out. I think the night goes by and everything is good to go. What exactly is the plan?
Home.
Yeah, I mean, if
Go home.
Pazuzu is taking care of Darius, we could start making our way back, get Nathaniel back where he needs to be, or they need to be. And then we can head back to New Veneer. Thank you for letting us use your fire last night.
You've seen Temenos like you already saw him in the morning discard whatever left he had of his weed and like just like looking at it like why was this such a weird high as opposed to every other day? He turns back to you and he's yes, of course. You're quite an interesting group. I've thought about it a little bit during my sleep and during the morning here, but wondering if I could join your party.
I thought you were going to the street.
Yes, but I'll be honest with you. After your whatever they had to say, it sounds like this isn't quite the tree I'm looking for. You guys are way too interesting to just. If I don't at least see what happens with you guys next, I'll never forgive myself.
Well, I guess you can go with Nathaniel.
I mean, I can get along with him out of the group. Although the little girl seems pleasant.
Oh, I forget she's here first off, second off. Oh, yeah, we have to get her back to.
Well,
Deborah, where do you want to go?
I'm not going anywhere yet until my uncle is better.
That makes sense. You can stay with us.
I stayed with him for a decade now. I'm not going to just leave him.
Of course. Yes, you can come back with us to New Veneer. We will let Leoric know that you're safe. And then once he is better, you can decide what to do from there. If you want to stay with him further, or...
So I'm sorry. How long has it been out here?
I should check that. I'm going to... Who's the last person I messaged on this stupid megaphone? I'm going to contact Rook. Say, Rook, we're back. How long has it been since we left the kids with you?
Oh, it's bloody fucking time. Eesh, you guys have been gone for 2 months.
Could have been worse. We are still up north, and we have to make our way back, so it'll be a few more days still, but we are on our way.
All right, good, because the kids are finally starting to ask about Thellum again.
Would they stop for a while?
They were excited about animals.
All right.
They're very excitable kids.
All right, well, thank you again. And then she'll message Leoric, Leoric, we were able to retrieve Deborah. She's all right, but older. Well, Deborah, how old were you before you went to the other dimension? Not Dark World, but the one before that.
Before the auction house, I was 22.
Older, but younger, but not as young
And
as
then
the
I
others.
became... It was like I was living life repeatedly. Like it all happened at once. Several cycles of getting older and then reliving and going through the cycle. It stopped when I was about 5. So I'm 15 now. I guess I'm theoretically a few years away from being where I was.
That is definitely
So-
something we'll have to have looked at.
It's only been 2 months out here.
Apparently.
Oh my god.
2 months since we left.
Since we left, so
No, 2 months
3
since you left him with Rook.
Oh, so
Yeah.
only like a month was
It's
our
been a month
travel?
since you guys left. Yep, it's a month
Okay.
later.
it's been a month since we left here. For Deborah, it's been like 3 months, 4 months?
No. Okay, so from the end of last mission till you leaving for Dark World, that was about a month.
Okay. Because we didn't leave
Oh
the kids.
no, sorry,
with
that
work
was
right
that
away.
was like a month and a half,
Yeah.
and then a month has gone by since. So it's been about 2.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been about 2.5 months since you left.
So Rufus is probably... What do they do with Rufus? I wonder if he's just stay on the ship or something.
The cat, the tabaxi.
Yeah,
was
the
with you?
cat.
We left Rufus and
Yui.
Yui with
Yui-
Leoric and
Yui has a pretty accelerated growth cycle. So he's probably similar in age as I am now, if it's only been 2.5 months. Rufus would still be, I don't know, if I had to guess, he was probably around 7 or something, maybe less. But, so he didn't have a place to go back to, so I'm wondering if he's still there. Could you ask what happened?
yeah. And she like sent the half-made message to Leoric. The one that was just like,
Yeah.
oh, we have Deborah. She's older but younger but older. How old are you? It's just, and it just trailed off and said, she wants to know what's happening with Rufus.
Yui! That's great news! Oh, Rufus is just on the ship with us.
Rufus,
Oh my god, is Deborah coming back?
Yui can talk, and he has Leoric's megaphone. All right.
Yeah, well, he's
Fuck
dealing
Yui
with some
more.
things. He doesn't know about his own phone. He never even touches it.
She's gonna stay with us for a bit while we get her uncle back to good health, and then she'll decide from there. But she's here. You talk to them. She's gonna hand her megaphone to Deborah.
Oh. Yeah, so they talk back and forth about it. Eventually, she'll give you back the phone. They'll do their connections.
As we're traveling, and like, I don't know how much Nathaniel has had contact with magphones and librarians. But I'm gonna lean over to Endien and ask, is there someone that can make your travel quicker? I know my home is still quite a ways from where you are. It will probably be harder for them to find us in the force of the 4 seasons, but we may be able to find a rendezvous to speed up your travel after that.
I don't know if we told what's his name to stay in Wait.
We absolutely did not.
Okay, good.
No, you guys told him to send back. You'd find your way. Because you didn't know that you would be coming back here at any point.
Or when, or
Yeah.
I just
anything
want to find
like
his
that.
name now because I love his name.
Oh, Trundle?
Yeah, Trundle.
Trundle.
There it is, Trundle Transport. I could try contacting Trundle, but he's got to make his way all the way up here to get us, and then go back.
If he has a mag phone.
Yeah, if he has a megaphone, it is Trundle.
Rook has the kids on a whole ass airship.
Oh, true. I guess I could ask Rook for another favor. And give him less time with the kids if we had Thellum with them. Boo-doo-doo. Rook, would you be able to come and get us from near the Four Seasons? Court of the Four Seasons?
You know I'm not your personal taxi, right?
I'm aware. I would owe you, of course. And we could get Thellum taking care of the kids
Yeah.
quicker that way.
All right, when
How long would it take you to get here?
where are
To
you
the-
asking him to meet you? Or, like you said, if it's like at the base of like right below the court, it'd probably be
Yeah, probably at the border of the
Yeah.
court, so he didn't have to fly into it and cause alerts that I'm there.
Yeah. So then it would take about another week to get back from here.
So it'd take us a week of walking to get there.
Yes.
What do you think, Thellum? Would that be all right?
Yeah. Whatever
Uh,
gets us home faster.
We can meet you at the border in about a week.
All right, I should be free it by then.
Thank you. All right. Nathaniel and, what's your name? Sorry.
Oh, Temenos.
Cleric. What's your name? Temenos. Let me write that down so I don't forget again. We'll get you up and on your way. And then Thellum and I can head back. Sure, Nathaniel has plenty of big things planned.
Every time you mention Nathaniel and Temenos traveling together, stone faced.
Okay. Can I get survival checks?
Hey, everybody.
Because we are finally making our way back down the mountain. I don't know if Temenos lets this on at all during his time, but he has just been wandering for like a full ass week up here and can't find it. So it probably gives him good motivation to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just saw the roll
for a
Temenos
total of
made.
5. So that's great. It really helped you guys
my
out.
Are you still alive?
Oh.
A 22 for Endien.
I also got a nat 1. Mine's, however, only a 3.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
So what did Thellum get?
24.
Oh, shit.
Okay. All right. Can I get a percentile with no additives?
I was
Who would it
temporarily
be?
banned, so I'm not allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's only
Kane.
birds.
Kane, go ahead and give me a
100.
percentile.
You okay?
Here
First
we
word
go.
percentile.
18.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's either good or bad. Probably bad.
Okay. Well,
What
most of this
would
is
I have
kinda cleaned
rolled?
up. With
I would have gotten 19.
Oh, 43.
yeah, as you guys are heading down the mountainside at some point, Ildatha swoops back down from scouting. Giants, several stone giants.
Is there a path around them we can take easily?
I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I was gonna say because either we could hide from them and hope they don't take too long and that they go around us, or we can try and find a path around them. If we're looking for the path around, then we're gonna do a few other checks. If we're looking to hide, or if you're looking to hide, it'll probably just be like stealth checks to stay, but it might put you a day behind. If you do looking for a route to out navigate them, then we're going to do perception, stealth, and survival checks to see how well you guys do on outrunning them or out navigating them.
Well, hearing that they are coming directly at us, Thellum will cast Pass Without a Trace.
What do you think, Nathaniel? Should we try and get around them or lay low?
Are they How far? Are they coming directly towards us?
They're heading in our direction. They'll likely spot us soon.
I'd say we just try to sneak around them. Not
Great.
everyone here is a runner.
Yes, that's probably a better choice.
Let's go.
Trying.
Okay. You guys have a +10 to your stealth.
All right. Everyone, give me stealth checks.
Can I also?
We're looking for a combined total of 60 in your stealths.
So add 10.
Temenos, buddy.
Are
Do you
you
roll?
fucking serious?
Do you roll a disadvantage because
I'm
you're
wearing
a clerk?
armor, I think.
Yeah.
Do you have chainmail on?
I think it's plate. Let me check. That's chainmail.
Stealth. I got a 33.
15.
I am rolling like absolute shit tonight. I got a 12 because I got a natural 1 again. Every roll I have made tonight has been a natural 1.
Gosh, Nathaniel's not it today.
I was going to as well before we started this, like
Yeah.
wherever we're hiding, basically a distance out because I still have it prepared,
Mhm.
to kind of dissuade them coming towards us. I'm going to cast Spike Growth, just like in an area in front of us so that if they come across it, they're then like, shit, it's like, this is rough terrain,
This
I'd like to
hurts.
dissuade them.
Okay.
We already hit 60, so Thellum.
25.
Nice.
Between the spike growths and just everyone melding in with the stone and snow with Thellum, again, you lose a day, but the stone giants pass you by. All right, can I get stealth or survival checks again?
Survival. Hell in a handbasket. Wait, are we in the
That was a
forest?
good roll.
You're still in the mountains.
Penis. Oh, nice. I got 13.
18.
I got a 23.
Ooh.
Thellum's on fire tonight.
All right, if I can get a percentile with plus 20.
Angsty Thellum getting the good rolls. I'll roll.
Okay. I was looking. I forgot the spaces.
91.
Ooh.
91. It's a clean day. You guys navigate. You're finding terrain that you recognize from a month ago. It's going smooth. All right. Can I get another survival check series?
16.
12.
Me too.
Ooh, twinsies.
All right. I need another percentile at no bonus.
Kyle. and then Adam has to roll because his time up is out. Timeout is up.
67?
Eee.
No, not bad.
Okay. This time Ildatha comes to you and lets you know that there are several harpies coming nearby. Like a flock.
What are they doing?
They're a flock. They're coming nearby.
We've killed birds before.
Yeah, but they're not just birds. These are harpies.
I mean, if we just stand underneath a tree, they won't see us.
I think we move at a stealthy pace this time. Try to sneak past them.
Okay.
You want to cast it or should I?
I'll do it. I'll cast pass
Okay.
without a trace.
That's without trace. Okay.
Mhm.
Then I am going to need. Sorry, I said survival at the time. I need both stealth checks and perception checks from everyone.
Add a +10 to yourselves. Yeah, my Endien's perception is a 13.
Temenos' perception is a 23.
I got a 9 on perception. Perception isn't my skill, I guess.
So I rolled bad on stealth, but the +10 made it.
Endien stealth is a 37. Rolled a natural 20.
Stealth is 27.
Okay.
I got an 18 on my stealth.
Okay.
Nope, sorry, 17.
What was Thellum's stealth?
Oh, my perception was a 17, and my stealth was a 15.
You rolled a 5?
No, I rolled a 2.
Oh my.
Plus 10, plus 3 for my proficiency.
Okay. You all are able to take a different route and dodge out these harpies, so you're not having to encounter them.
Also, we're taking a rest in between these like hikes, right?
Well, these are like every different day.
Okay.
Yes, these are different days that I'm like accounting.
I was
for.
wondering if I would have my pass without trace back.
So this is going to be day 4 in the mountains. If I can get my survival checks.
Day 4 in the mountains.
21.
Hell. 13.
19.
I keep rolling like 8s and 7s, but I have a +5, thank God.
I noticed. I've noticed your low rolls on these.
I got a 24.
Ooh, not too bad.
All right. Percentile with +20.
Okay, good.
It's turn.
Is it
With
21?
that plus 20, we are at a 41.
Oh my gosh. Looks like the harpies have caught on. They're now dogging your heels.
I thought they were birds.
Do we have a sense of how many harpies there are?
Yeah, you think there's about 6 harpies.
Do we want to try and get away from them again, or do we want to get them off our tail?
You're almost to the forest. You think after today you'll be able
Let's keep
to make
going.
your way there.
All right.
So
So,
again?
do you want to do the honors?
Okay, I cast pass without trace.
I'm going to, again, to try and dissuade them. I don't know if it makes any difference. I actually have Dust Devil prepared, so I'm going to throw up just a small cyclone up in the air to harry them and, like, not directly following us, but again, to dissuade them from coming in our direction.
Okay.
What are they doing?
I have Dust Devil. It's
So what are the harpies doing?
Well, they're not coming now.
they're coming in our direction.
Yeah. So
Hopefully
if I can
not.
get stealth and perceptions from everyone.
Perception is a 20, or not 25, 26 with a natural 20.
Perception is 12.
Indian dice are kind of good. They're hit or miss. Oh, and then of course I say this. Hit or miss, I guess I always miss, huh? 24 for stealth.
13 stealth and a 11 perception.
Roll a 7 on stealth and it becomes a 24. Gee whiz.
I rolled a nat 1, total 11.
Thellum?
I rolled an 11 on perception, a 29 in stealth.
Nice.
All right. Nathaniel, because you're Dust Devil, if you'd like, you can re-roll one of your things.
Yeah, I think it'll be more important. I'll boost that stealth up to a 25.
Okay, so as you're making your way through, a lot noisier. It might just because as you're reaching the forest, the spread of green and white, it's a little bit easier to see you guys. Green, it's not really green. It's like mid-November-ish type weather up in the north.
Ooh,
So
Indian
it's
kind of weather.
yeah. So, but I think with the lack of trees, you think they're finding an easier time to follow you. If it wasn't for the fact that you were about to head into the forest, you think that they would probably still be targeting you tomorrow. But because you're entering into the next day, you're able to dissuade them with that Dust Devil, and you are now in the Court of Four Seasons.
Ooh, we made it.
All right. It's a 5-day journey to cross
Hell.
to the bottom southern border of the forest. As you know, what you're not looking for here is you're not looking out for encounters. You're just trying to see whether or not anyone from the scouts or the anyone of the government notices that you're here.
Yeah, I'd move through the trees as much as possible so I had time to disguise myself if I needed to.
Bro, I'm not a criminal. I'm just a hobo.
If I can get 5 D100s, 5 D100s. Give me 5 different results.
Oh my god, that's a lot.
Each do one at least.
Okay.
I got a 96.
I got a 63.
89.
Okay, one more to go.
Who wants to do the last one? I rolled the best. I'll do the last one.
You're also the reason we're hiding.
Do we need to hide even more?
5.
Oh no!
Guess who's in timeout now?
You for letting me roll.
All right. You make your way back to Nathaniel's hut. I'm assuming this is where you split ways.
If this is the moment where it's the last day we're traveling together, can I rewind slightly to the night before this moment?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as we're making camp, and it seems to be the habit of the elves essentially taking watches for the night, I would, when both Endien and I are awake, go over to her and say, assuming, I guess when the three of us are awake, or not trancing, so I can pull Endien away to have Ildatha take the watch for a little bit and go,
yeah.
Your Majesty, may I have a moment?
Please. Endien, yes.
And I would just not that far away, still within earshot and eyesight of the camp. And I would just say, it's what Mother said to you in Dark World about being connected to it and those strong feelings. Autumn is a season of death, protection, preparing yourself for the rigors of winter. It is also, though, a time of celebration of all the hard work you have done to get to that point, reaping the harvests and spending time with those that you love. Just remember that portion of it. And they hand over a larger carved figure that does resemble Endien, but has some of painteds and dyes in that autumnal color scheme, reds, oranges, things like that. Still has the bark face and everything like that, but at least a slight smile on her face, and at least calm and at ease.
Endien does have a slight smile on her face as well, and thank you. I do still have lots of work to do, though. It's not quite time for celebration yet. But you've helped us more than I could ever ask for, Nathaniel, and I'm in your debt if you ever need anything.
I don't want for much in my life. The unicorn that you were protecting. Do you know the nature of it, correct?
I'm starting to put together that it was one of the Queen's beasts.
Yes. If I was not already in exile, this would likely cause me to be one again. There's a mark to look for. You probably saw it on the unicorn. It's a curling black mark. That's how the Queen denoted her beasts that would act as protectors.
Do I remember seeing a curling black mark on the unicorn?
Yes. Way back in episode 17, we had that moment in the Hall of Mirrors in which I pointed it out.
I didn't think to remember that. Now that you mention it, I do remember a mark like that on it. I was just so surprised in the moment, I didn't even know it was there. That was my first time seeing it. And the last.
Yes. The Pen of Light was supposed to be another set of protectors, correct?
No.
No, okay.
I mean, no, not really. They had their own thing
they
were
thing.
warring against.
I do not know why this Sharuma and the New Green attacked the Pen of Light. That is something I need to report to my people. As adversarial as our relationship was, it is still a shift in the balance of things. I don't know what they're doing, but it does not seem good for anyone.
Not at all.
It's been a welcome diversion to travel with you and yours. Please don't leave Temenos here with me. Just drop him off at a city.
I was just about to wish you well.
Don't. Please just
With
like
Temenos.
please
You seem
don't.
to get along
Going with
with
Nathaniel?
so well.
You wait, you did say you owed me, so therefore I'm going to cash in that favor and you're gonna take Temenos with you. And then we're clear. We're good.
I didn't mean for that favor to be right now.
Oh, but you see, favors, you don't know when they're gonna be cashed in, so
But we can't take him with us right now because he'll give us away as we make our way to the
You
border.
be quiet.
I can't have that. We're like away from the
fuck is
camp.
he?
We're like away from the camp. You're sleeping.
I mean, if anything, he seems pretty helpful.
Why aren't you watching?
Eldava, you're supposed to be on watch.
You guys were taking quite a bit of time. I thought I'd let you know that we were
It's
changing
been like
watch.
5 minutes.
Well, Dusty, you could take him back to the court, maybe.
No. I'm sorry, but it's not my place to bring people to the court.
Well, I'm sure once he sees the city, he'll be caught up in that, and we'll be fine. But now I don't owe you anything, Nathaniel. So if something comes to kill you, it's not my fault.
If something comes to kill me, then it's my time to die.
Fair. Let's get back to the camp so nobody dies. Ildatha.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to let you know. I saw some of the guards. The scouts.
Instantly a hand, Endien sweeps a hand over herself and turns into a spring eladrin. What? Where?
No, I think the scouts might have already picked up on us.
Oh, like how much so?
I saw one nod to me.
You probably shouldn't have been that visible, Datha. Well, are they at the campsite or what's going on?
I don't think they're not, but they're not exactly. I don't think it was just because of me. It could be that we're a camp of people here.
Did they see me?
They may have.
Perfect. Thank you for just bringing this up now.
So I was just coming over to tell you.
You had so long. We had a whole meal that you could have mentioned this. We had a bedtime. Thellum told a bedtime story for
I mean right now.
Yeah.
No, I
not
mean
even
right,
to us.
I mean right now.
Yeah, he means they're standing over there right now.
They're not standing there, but they did just see us now.
And they just kept going? They didn't stay?
They nodded to me, and
turned
then
into
they
a
went
spider.
probably to go continue what they're doing.
Well,
but they at least are aware. I don't know that they are particularly there to look out for us or see us. It's just I think that word will probably spread at some point that we've been here.
well, if they saw me, I'm sure I'll get a message. Just drop the disguise stuff. I hate being in that. All right.
All right.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Of course. That's what a 5 gets you on a D percentile here. Less than a
Perfect.
10 and we're noticed.
Well, we should be a little hastier in our moving out. Okay. Well, if it was just the guards of the force. It was just the guards of the force season.
Yes.
Okay,
Some of their scouts.
I'm not as concerned about that. I'll probably get some messages from my father for not visiting them, but I can deal with that.
Yeah, so we can move towards your goodbyes. Ildatha, thank you so much for entertaining us on this. When I brought people here out of the blue, Nathaniel.
It was good to be useful again, Ildatha. I feel I've been a bit too sedentary here.
Temenos, you sure you don't want to stay with
I'm okay with anyone.
At the end of the day, it's your choice at the end of the day, and just think of all these fun you can have in the forest with them.
But, I mean, you and Thellum seem like you guys need help.
And all the weeds you could find.
You guys seem like you need help.
With what?
No, it's just... Nathaniel's got his own deal, and they're big and strong.
You know who needs help? I think Nathaniel needs help growing some of that those leaves that you like to smoke.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I heard he has a lot of different...
There's a lot of good
I can teach him how to grow it, and then just keep it with you guys.
I don't think the court would appreciate us.
I put a hand over his mouth. His mouth.
I say, it was fun. We'll catch up later. I turn into an elk and I run into the woods.
I run after.
It's a big dumb wave from Temenos. Bye.
It still counts as the favor. I just had to ask you.
I like the more
okay, you guys can leave the forest, leaving Nathaniel to frolic amongst the trees and antisocialness, and you'll probably have called to make sure that Rook is on his way. He can stop by. Stops. All the kids immediately run out of the airship and jump onto Thellum. Excited to, yeah, it's a hero! He's here! Oh god, it's so fun! We miss you! There was a horse and he was mad.
As they just climb on top of me, I'm slowly waddling towards the airship.
Oh, it's about time. It wasn't that guy.
Oh, this is your new crewmate.
I've been on a ship
I don't
before.
think so.
Not an airship, but I could be a good crewmate.
See?
Right, I'm just not looking for assistance. I just had enough time with 3 of them, and it was a bit more than I like.
Are you sure he's got drugs?
I don't.
Nobody do drugs.
I have to try.
No, I don't. But all right, I gotta be on top of my game for my job. All right, okay, we can get everybody in there. My name's Rook. I'm a librarian. Got rooms that people can stay in up on the ship, and then it'll just be probably a quick jaunt to get back to New Veneer. You're going to New Veneer, right?
Unless you want him with you.
So okay, he's going to New Veneer as well. All right.
It would be a favor if we take him from you, right?
No.
Damn it.
All right. And then he'll hit everyone up, and you will fly off to New Veneer, and that is where we can end this episode. It's done. It's done. If you would like to ask me about things you can encounter in the woods, you can always hit me up at Bumblescum. If you would like to talk to your fellow bookworms about any of the events that have happened in this episode, you can always hit up hashtag bookworms. That's WYRMS, as worm like a dragon. I'm not gonna spell that out again after this episode. If you would like to ask for tips on how to run off into the woods, you can always hit up Adam at Little Growth. If you would like to ask about that sticky icky, you can hit up Kane. Kane, do you have a social media that I should shout out, or you just?
I do have a social media. It's at Kane_Wallner.
All right, Kane_Wallner. If you would like to know what it's like to have a lot of favors, you can hit up Baka at Zombie Baka. And there's a lot of going on. It's probably best you just don't approach Kyle right now. All right. Goodbye.